students, welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. Today's video will be the last part of your preparatory paper. I will be uploading one more video in the passing package series. So total 3 papers will be there in the passing package series. And in today's video, we will discuss about the last 10 mark question, match the following and chronological order. Before going into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends. And also click the bell button to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. And also if you want to download the PDF notes of these papers, the link is given in the description box. You can download the notes from the same. So without wasting time, let us get into the video. So the next or the last 10 mark question is discuss the role of Gandhiji in Indian national movement. So regarding the role of Gandhiji, the third stage, that is Gandhian era 1920 to 1947. So here we start with a small introduction. Mahatma Gandhi played a prominent role in the third stage of national movement. Farmers, workers and other common people were included in the movement. He politically educated the Indian masses and introduced Satyagraha as a tool to fight against the mighty British Empire. He travelled widely and understood the living condition of the people, and he founded the Sabarmati Ashram in 1916 at Ahmedabad, where Gandhiji and his followers practiced the ideals of truth and non-violence. So that much we can write as an introduction. Now one by one we will start with the events. Champaran Satyagraha 1917. He fought for the peasants of Champaran who were forced to grow indigo on 3 out of 20 of their land. This was popular as Teen Katiya system. High rents, illegal dues and fixed prices were taken by the European planters. Gandhiji organized the peasant movement in Champaran and forced the British government to abolish the Teen Katiya system. Second incident, Ahmedabad mill strike 1918. A dispute arose between the mill owners of Ahmedabad and labourers regarding wages and bonus. Gandhiji undertook fast unto death and the mill owners agreed to increase the wages by 35%. Next is Kedah Satyagraha. The farmers of Gujarat faced severe drought in 1918. According to the revenue rules, whenever the yield was less than 1/4 of the normal produce, the farmers were entitled for remission. The British officers refused this, and Gandhiji took up the leadership of the peasants and asked them not to pay taxes. The authorities were forced to become liberal and collected revenue only from those who could afford to pay. This brought Gandhiji in close contact with the masses. Next, Jallianwala Bagh Massacre 1919. The British government introduced the Rowlatt Act in 1919. The act allowed the arrest of any person by the police without a warrant and indefinite imprisonment without a trial. Indians opposed this. Gandhiji gave a call for a massive hartal on 6 April 1919 and people gave a very enthusiastic response to this. Processions, strikes, demonstrations and rallies were conducted and British responded with lathi charge and arrest. A protest was held at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar on 13 April 1919 against Rowlatt Act and arrest of leaders. General Dyer, the commander of Amritsar, surrounded the Bagh with his troops and ordered to shoot at the unarmed protesters, and the troops fired till the ammunition exhausted. Thousands of people died and thousands were wounded, and the world was shocked at this brutality by the British. General Dyer was only recalled from India and was not punished, and Rabindranath Tagore renounced the knighthood in protest. The fifth incident, Khilafat movement. Muslims all over were angry with the British for the ill treatment of the Caliph, considered as the religious head by Muslims. The Ali brothers, Maulana Azad and Hakim Majmal Khan and others formed the All India Khilafat Committee and called for countrywide agitation. The Indian National Congress extended its full support to this movement. Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Mahatma Gandhi considered this as a golden opportunity to cement Hindu-Muslim friendship. Non-cooperation movement. A special session of Congress was held at Calcutta in 1920. Bal Gangadhar Tilak died on August 1st, 1919, and the responsibility of the Congress fell on leaders like Gandhiji, Siyadas and Motilal Nehru. The Congress session accepted Gandhiji's plan of launching a nationwide non-cooperation movement, and thousands of students boycotted government schools and colleges and joined national institutions like Kashi Vidyapita, Jamia Millia Islamia, etc. The courts and offices and legislatures were also boycotted, and the foreign goods were boycotted and they were collected and burnt at public places. People began to use Swadeshi goods, and wearing khadi became a symbol of national pride. The movement shook the foundation of the British Empire in India, and Gandhiji withdrew the non-cooperation movement on 5th February 1922 due to the Chaura incident. Now, what is Chaura incident? The mob in a procession was provoked by a few policemen at Chaura, and it resulted in the mob burning down the police station along with 22 policemen. Simon Commission 1927. The British appointed Simon Commission to console the agitating Indians. The Congress called for the boycott of Simon Commission as none of the members were Indians. Simon, go back was the popular slogan. Lala Lajpat Rai died due to injuries suffered by police lathi charge during agitation against the commission. Congress session at Lahore in 1929, presided by Jawaharlal Nehru, declared Purna Swaraj, that is complete independence, as the goal of the Congress, and it announced a celebration of 26 January 1930 as Independence Day. Gandhiji was authorized to launch the civil disobedience movement. 8th is the civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji placed 11 demands before the British and set 31st January 1930 to accept or reject the demand. The British gave no positive response, and Gandhiji launched the civil disobedience movement. The famous Salt March or Dandi March of Gandhiji started with 78 members from Sabarmati Ashram on 12th March. Gandhiji broke the salt law by picking up a handful of salt. Many other activities like picketing the liquor and clothes shops selling foreign goods, boycotting of schools, colleges and government offices, etc. were held. Large-scale participation made the British resort to large-scale arrest and repression to suppress the movement. Now the first roundtable conference, Muslim League, Hindu Mahasabha, liberals and princes of various states attended it. The conference could not achieve much without the participation of the Indian National Congress. Gandhiji and other members of the Congress were released by the British. Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed, which was popular as a Delhi Pact, on 14th February 1931. Gandhiji, on behalf of the Congress, withdrew the civil disobedience movement. Now the second roundtable conference 1931, Gandhiji attended the second roundtable conference at London as a representative of the Congress. He said that the Congress alone was the representative of India politically and no separate electorates were to be provided to the Muslims. He also claimed the untouchables to be Hindus and they were not to be treated as minority. Gandhiji took special exception for untouchables being considered different from the Hindus and provided with separate electorates. Differences arose between Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and which was finally settled with the Pune Pact signed between Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in 1932. Third Roundtable Conference 1932. This was held at London, but the Congress and the Labour Party of England refused to participate in it, hence the conference failed. Gandhiji launched a movement with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to eradicate untouchability. He toured India, including Karnataka in 1934, and enlightened the people. He urged the people to open the temples and public tanks and wells to the Harijans, that is, untouchables were called by Gandhiji as Harijans. So all these points you can write and just you can give a conclusion that all these incidents prove the role of Gandhiji in Indian national movement. So this is quite a long answer. So you can just learn first the headings, then you can understand it and write the explanation in your own words. So this is one of the most important 10-mark question, that is the Gandhian era of Indian National Congress. So we have completed 4 10-mark questions. 3 were explained in the last video and 1 I have explained here. if you want detailed explanation of any of these answers, you can go to the chapter wise videos and there you will get detailed explanation. Here I have just quickly gone through the points. So the last question in this paper, that is match the following, and one more is a chronological order. Here I have directly given the answer. First one, Vishakadatta wrote Mudra Rakshasa. Vikramaditya 6, Tribhuvana Malla. Ibrahim Adil Shah, called as Jagat Guru Badshah. Macaulay, English education. And Subhash Chandra Bose, Indian National Army. Correct answers I have given. Now the next or the last question, arrange the following events in the chronological order. I have given the correct order of the events. First event is birth of Mahavira, 599 BC. Then Buddhist Council at Kannauj, 643. Establishment of Bhavani Empire, or about 1347. Shivaji's coronation, 1674. And the last will be introduction of Zamindari system, 1793. I have mentioned the years so that it becomes easy for you to understand. For your exams, you need not write the years. You can just arrange the events in the correct order and write the answer. Events I have just mentioned for your understanding. Okay. So I hope you have understood all the answers very clearly. In case of any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Now there will be one more paper in this passing package series. So one more 100 marks paper I will be uploading part by part only, like what I have done in the last two papers. So please go through all the papers again and again, revise the questions and answers. And there is one more video in the exam preparation playlist, that is techniques for writing your exam, instructions and techniques for writing your exam. Please go through that video also, that will be helpful for you. So I hope you understood all the points very clearly. So now I'll be coming very soon with the next video. Thank you for watching.